And as you can see, you will be able to have a rows. You will be able to get 116 purchases at $14. Even some purchases at $12. As opposed to if you don't, probably going to make very little money. You're going to be lucky to sell anything. What is going on, guys? And welcome back to another video. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about Facebook conversion ads for CPA marketing, right? We're going to cover what are conversion ads, why they are important, the problem, the solutions, and the wrap-up. And make sure to watch until the end of the video for some special and unique tips that will definitely help you in your campaign. So the first thing I want to talk about is what exactly are conversion ads. So Facebook, when you're creating an ad, right, when you have an ad, so if we go to one of these ad sets here, and I'll show you, you can basically specify something called a conversion event, right? So this is an old account. I haven't used this for a while. And what we have here is a conversion event purchase, right? So we're basically optimizing for purchases. And let me show you how this works, right? So you have a campaign. You have a Facebook campaign here, and then it has multiple ad sets. So what you want to do is we have multiple ad sets under this one campaign. So let's say we have 3 ad sets, okay? And we'll just draw an arrow real quick so you understand. Okay. Okay, so we have one campaign here, and we put some, let's label it real quick. So when you basically are creating an ad set, you specify what do you want the objective to be, right? What a lot of people tell you is just to create a traffic objective. And what traffic really means is that you're basically optimizing for clicks. You're basically saying, hey, send me as many clickers as possible, and you know, that's okay. I don't really care if they buy. I don't really care what happens when they come to this site. I just want them to click on my ad, and that's it, right? And that's not really ideal, right? Even if your targeting is spot on, even if your ad is spot on, even if everything works, right? The beauty of Facebook, and this is, you know, Google ads and Bing ads for that matter as well, is that Facebook can go out and find you specific people that you're looking for. So when you're creating a campaign, you can specify an objective, and then when you're creating an ad set, you can specify what the event that you want to optimize for. And so let me show you now that ad set, that particular ad set that I just showed you, the stats, the ad manager, that was for an e-commerce store that I ran some time ago. And so I optimize obviously for purchase events, which is kind of what you want. Now, of course, you can optimize. So there's like a funnel, right? So let me show you real quick how this works, right? We have a funnel. Okay, so this is this funnel exists everywhere, right? But I'll show you a funnel I'll show you 2 funnels actually. The first funnel we have is for a dropshipping store, and it doesn't matter if it's Shopify or it's set up on WooCommerce. It doesn't really matter. So you know, we have a person. He comes into he lands on your page, right? He lands. So this is he just clicks on the ad and he lands. So this is it's called like a view content, right? And in Facebook, it's called a view content. View content. Okay, and you can optimize for this event if you want, right? That's the top of the funnel. And then we have something so there's a lot of events. I'm gonna skip. I'm not gonna talk about every single one of them. I'll just show you the main ones. Then there's a very important event called add to cart, and that happens when the person adds the specific product to the cart, right? And then there's an event called initiate checkout. Initiate checkout, and then there's the purchase event. Purchase event. Maybe I skipped some minor event here and there, but it's not really important. What's important is that we have an initiate checkout, and then we have the purchase event. Now this is a funnel, right? This is the beginning of the funnel, the top of the funnel, and this is the end of the funnel. So obviously there's a lot of people that fall off, right? A lot of people click, some of them add to cart, some of them initiate the checkout, and some of them purchase, right? So you have a funnel where, you know, it's like a triangle, right? It's like something like this. Let's see if we can, yeah, let's, you have kind of like a funnel, right? You have this top of the funnel and you have the bottom of the funnel. So the bottom of the funnel is our purchase event. The top of the funnel is the view content. Then you have add to cart, initiate, checkout, and purchase event. So whenever you are, whenever you are using Facebook ads, you always want to optimize for something. You just don't want to send traffic, unless, of course, you don't really care. Maybe you're advertising a YouTube video, right? You can't. There's no conversion there, right? You just want to send as much traffic as you can. In that case, yeah, you can use traffic. But whenever there's money involved and you can measure the amount of money you're spending and getting back, which is why I have this ROI here. I have this, let's see, I have this ROAS here, right? This ROAS, return on investment, right? I have this 4.28. I have a little bit less. I have more. I have 407 here. I have 248. I have different rows on different campaigns, and that is why I can tell, right? Because I'm spending X amount and I'm getting back, another amount. I tell Facebook all this data, and Facebook is able to optimize it and get me really cheap conversions. And that's really like the gold mine. That's really the holy grail of marketing. So this is a funnel that exists when it comes to Shopify, right? So obviously you never want to just optimize for traffic. Now with CPA, things are a little bit different, right? So the same funnel exists, but the problem with CPA is that when they convert, right? So with the funnel in CPA is the view content, right? This is your landing page, let's say, right? So let's say we call this landing page, and they land on your landing page. Let's say we're talking about landing page, right? You have a landing page set up, and then they're on the landing page, and then they click, and then they go to the offer themselves, right? So there's another event, click to offer, let's call it. And then they click to go to the offer, and that's it. And now they are on the offer page. And we cannot control this, right? So let's see if we can, let's do something like this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there it is. Okay, so all of this we cannot control. So let's see if I can, yeah, so all this part, okay, so it's not see-through. We cannot really control it. Let's see. Let's see if we can, okay. So you get the picture, right? Basically, the offer and the purchase, we cannot control. And that's why it's very difficult when you are creating, when you are trying to optimize for conversions. It's very difficult to optimize. So you cannot optimize for the purchase event. The only way you can optimize for the purchase event is if you're allowed to actually place your Facebook pixel on the thank you page of the actual site. So if you're promoting, let's say, like a ClickBank product or a MaxBounty product, and you actually go to the merchant and they allow you to place that Facebook pixel on them, and that fires back to you, and then you can track the conversions. But usually, it's very hard to do, right? It's very hard to do on ClickBank products, because these merchants, right, they're very careful, like placing random code on your site. They may do that if you are making them a lot of money, right? So let's say you're making them a ton of money, and you're like, hey, would you mind placing this Facebook pixel or maybe some other piece of code on your site? And then they will do it. But when you're running your own site, right, you're selling your own product. This is where dropshipping is, right? Or in maybe your own store, you have your own physical products, then yeah, you can place that pixel on the thank you page. And this is how it's done with Shopify, is that you place it on the thank you page, and that fires back the purchase event. And then Facebook knows that, hey, this is a purchase, right? And now I'm optimizing for purchases. Now, but you can't do that usually with like a CPA network. You cannot do that with ClickBank and all these places. So the solution to do this, the only way, the solution, the right thing you can do is basically you have to optimize for an event higher up in the funnel. So if the first event is view content, you can optimize for this, but this is a very weak event, right? Like it's very easy to optimize for events at the top of the funnel, because there's a lot of them, right? You're gonna have a lot of clicks that will go to your landing page, right? I mean, obviously not everybody will click, but those people that will click, they will click, but it doesn't mean they're gonna purchase. So the next level down in the funnel, a little bit lower in the funnel, is the click to offer. So that is when you have your landing page and then you have a click, hey, maybe you have a quiz or something that I talked about in some of the other videos. You have a quiz that has like 3 questions. Hey, do you do this? Do you do that? And then once they finish the quiz, they click on a link and that redirects them to the offer page. So in that case, you can basically optimize them for every time they click to go to the offer. And that is something that I was doing when I was running ads, right? So even though it's not a purchase event, it's not all the way at the end, it's still better. It's still much better to optimize for something, right? I mean, the people that land on the landing page and then the people that click to the offer, not all of these people will actually do everything, fill out the form or submit their email. There's still going to be people that fall off, and they basically will, they're not going to finish the step. But at least you want those clickers, right? You want those clickers, because if the person doesn't click to go to the offer, then we don't want Facebook to optimize for these people. Because remember, Facebook is very, very smart, right? It has a lot of information on each one of us, right? Because it's always, not only is it tracking us when we are using Facebook and using the groups and clicking on ads and all these things, but it also tracks us on independent websites, right? Because there are all these pixels there. A lot of these pages, they have various pixels. I mean, most of the internet has like a Facebook pixel, because they're always tracking something. They're running ads, or they're creating a custom audience, or they're sending all this data back to Facebook. A lot of these sites do that, and so this is the reason that Facebook knows a lot about each one of us. So the solution that I would recommend is you basically create a landing page, right? And then when the person clicks on that link, so let me show you like a couple of landing pages that I have. So for instance, here's a simple landing page that is for one of these Amazon sweepstakes that it's a very popular offer. And I was doing this sweepstakes, this sample quiz, as part of a video tutorial. So this quiz should work, right? So we start, we do the quiz real quick. And then what happens is I have an email submit form, right? So if you skip this step, what's going to happen is it shows you, congratulations, you're eligible to win. And you click on the link, okay? And this link redirects you to, the MaxBounty offer. And what you can do, since you control this page, what you can do is you can basically, create this event here. Now, the way I do this, I do this in a tag manager, right? So tag manager makes it really simple. The reason is I control this page, so I have some tag manager code, and I basically tell tag manager, hey, when somebody clicks this event, send an event to Facebook that this person clicked this event, and tell Facebook that this was a particular, I just created like a sample name. I called it like a click to offer event, or maybe a link click event. I don't remember the exact name that I called it, but this is exactly what I called it. So that way we are basically sending this data back. And the way you can basically track pixel events is you download something like a Facebook Pixel for Chrome extension, and you download that. Let's download this real quick. I don't have it installed on this browser yet. You basically install this. We add extension here, and I'll show you how it works. And so we're here, right? And let's see if we reload the page. Is it going to fire anything? So it's already firing a page view event, which is okay. But if we click on this, it should actually. So I quickly went to another page, right, where I did that as an actual campaign, and this was for a congratulations, you're eligible for a $300,000 home makeover. And this actually triggers the page. So if we load this page, it's already, so we have a Facebook Pixel. It's a page view event, which is just a regular event. But if we click on this, it's also gonna fire so you have to do it really quick, right? So you see this LP click. This is a custom event that I created in Facebook Ad Manager, and I signed it. I'm sending this event to Facebook, and then when I'm creating my ad sets, I'm basically telling Facebook to optimize for this particular event. So when you are creating an ad set, you have to basically create a campaign. So when you're creating a campaign here, you have to choose a conversion event here, okay? And then when you, so don't pick a traffic event. You want the conversion event, right? And then when you, let's save this as a draft real quick. Test. I'll just show you real quick. So we save this to draft. And then what you want to do is when you edit the ad set, you will have to specify a conversion event. And this is where you have all these events, and you can create an event as well. So it should have so this is a new ad account, and I don't have the events that I was using. It's using different events. And so what you have to do is you basically go here. Let me show you real quick. You go here, you go to Event Manager here. You click on this. So there are a couple of ways of doing it correctly. Once you're on the screen here, what you can do is you click, so we have these two pixels here. If you don't have a pixel, you basically need to create a pixel by clicking here and creating a new pixel. Okay, Facebook pixel right here. I already have two pixels here. So this one is the most active of all the pixels. So I basically go to details. And what you can do is you can create a custom conversion, but you can also do a setup and set up new events. And then you go here, and then you enter your website URL, so whichever website you have, and then you can specify that if they clicked on that link, that's called an event, and then you can optimize for that event, right? Facebook makes it all easier. Now there's another way of doing it, and that way is using something called the Google Tag Manager. So if you go to Tag Manager, so I'm in my Tag Manager account, and the way we had this set up is for this particular landing page. So this home makeover thank you page, what happens is we have this FB Pixel LP click. So we have this something called a tag, and if you're not familiar with how Google Tag Manager works, it's an extremely flexible system. And the way this works is that you basically create tags, and tags are basically, you have triggers, which are if, so it works as an if then. And I'm going to create maybe a more detailed video on this. And so the way this works is you have triggers, and triggers trigger tags. So we have one trigger here, a landing page trigger. And this basically is a trigger whenever somebody clicks anything, a link on this particular thank you page. And then we have a tag that basically, okay, it gets triggered by that trigger, and then that basically fires the Facebook pixel. So we have this Facebook pixel ID, and it basically has a custom name, LP click. So what I basically did is I went to my ads manager and I basically created a custom conversion here. I called it LP click. Then I went to my tag manager, and I really recommend you all to use tag manager. It's pretty much the best way to basically insert code without actually coding anything. So what I basically told it is, okay, if there's anybody that goes to this landing page and click URL, click contains the word click, because this particular URL, it has a click in it. And if that happens, right, there's only one click anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If that happens, trigger this tag. This tag gets triggered by that particular trigger, and then that fires off the Facebook pixel. So I recommend, I'm going to make a video that's going to go into greater detail with this. I already have one video about the tag manager, but I'm going to make another one. And so what happens at the end of the day is when you click on this, as I showed you before, so if we click really quickly and wait before it redirects, you see how we can check these events, using this particular Chrome extension that we just installed. And we see that when we click, it's firing two events. Page view, which happens all the time, right? Doesn't matter on each page, doesn't matter when. Page view always gets fired. And also we have this LP click, this custom event that gets fired. And then we can go to our ad manager and basically optimize for that event. And when you do that, you can basically go to your ad manager and you can start, and Facebook is going to send you only the people, well, it's going to try to send you the people that are actually not only landing on your page, but also clicking on your ads. And of course, we cannot optimize for the actual purchases, the conversions and all that, like I explained here, but that's okay, right? That's okay, because we don't have access to this. This is a third party, right? We have MaxBounty, and then we have MaxBounty redirects them to the merchant. So we cannot really do anything with this unless, like I said, you are maybe have a special agreement with the merchant and they allow you to place some tracking code on their thank you page. But we can't do that. So this is the best thing, and this is a lot better to optimize for this click than to optimize for traffic, because when you're optimizing for traffic, all you're really doing is, so let's say this is our landing page. So let's delete this. Let's delete all this. So here's our ad. I'll just show you what I mean. So if we copy this and paste this, actually, yeah, let's copy this real quick. And this is our ad. And like we have a person here, they see the ad. Okay, this is like the user on Facebook, they see the ad, they click on the ad, and then they get to this landing page. When you're optimizing for traffic, you're only optimizing for these clicks right here. Okay, let me just fix it up. Yeah, you're basically just telling Facebook, hey, send us as many clickers as you want. And honestly, yeah, it still works because you have your targeting and all that, but you're basically optimizing for this step. Now, when you're optimizing for conversions, you're optimizing much better, right? You're optimizing deeper. You're optimizing for all the way here. So you're basically telling Facebook, hey, optimize for people that click on the ad, that view content, and then they click on the offer. So what would you rather optimize for? On clickers that click to the ad and don't do anything, that just, messing around, maybe they do it by accident, maybe something happened, or people that actually click on the ad, they view your landing page, and then click to the offer. Now, like I said, we can optimize for this, but this is the best we can do. Now, what would you rather optimize for? Now, of course, if it were me, I would definitely be optimizing for this, and this is exactly what I did. And then when you optimize for people, the clickers, you're gonna see some, you're gonna see things like ROAS. You're gonna see all these purchases made at, let's see. Actually, these are campaigns. Let's go to one of my campaigns here, and I can show you because it's on a campaign level. So here we are in one of my campaigns. This is for a dropshipping store that I used to run. And as you can see, you will be able to have a ROAS. You will be able to get 116 purchases at $14. Even some purchases at $12. As opposed to if you don't optimize, I mean, Facebook is going to send you, you're probably going to make very little money. You're going to be lucky to sell anything, right? I mean, you might sell something here and there, but it's going to be pure luck. It's not going to be computer science that's helping you. Remember, Facebook is a machine, right? Facebook is a machine, and when you are optimizing for conversions, it's basically optimizing at an ad set level. Now, Facebook, for optimization to happen, it needs a certain number of conversions. I don't remember the exact number, but I believe it was something like 50 conversions events per week. So if you divide 50 by 7, you get about 7. So that means 7 conversion events per day. So, that's what it needs. It's a machine learning thing, right? It needs data to get you the right data. So if you don't send it enough data, it won't get you data. And thankfully, now for drop shipping, right, you're selling, you need to spend a lot of money. You need to start, if you're selling, a $20 product, it costs you, let's say, $10 to sell a product, then you should be, you need to spend like $70 a day to get those 7 conversions per day and to send Facebook the right amount. But the good thing about CPA is that you're making relatively a lot less, right? You're making like $2 per conversion, and you're spending also less. So you don't need to spend a lot of money to get the clicks, right? These clicks right here, they're gonna cost you. I had clicks for like 20 cents, 10 cents, as opposed to $10 for a purchase conversion, right? So these clicks are going to cost you a lot less, and you can get them, right? So remember, Facebook does, this optimization at the ad set level. So when you create multiple ad sets, you will be targeting different audiences, maybe different age ranges, genders, different interests, behaviors, that kind of thing. Each ad set will optimize at their own time. And sometimes Facebook will even tell you something like learning complete or initial learning complete or learning, and you cannot change the ad set. Whenever you make changes to the ad set to change anything, that learning phase is reset. So you have to watch out for that. But definitely, this is a lot better than simply, I mean, there's more work required, right? Because you have to go to Google Tag Manager. You have to create a landing page like we have. So this is the landing page I have here, and you need a landing page. So for those guys that don't use landing pages, you're at a big disadvantage here, because it's much better to have a landing page, because you can actually track these links, right? You have this custom event that I created that basically sends, and then you basically need to go to Google Tag Manager and you need to create a trigger, right? You need to create a trigger. I call it the landing page click, and that basically tells me, hey, whenever somebody clicks on that page, trigger this tag, and then I go to this tag, and this tag is using a Facebook pixel. Now I believe I have one video already in the library that talks about how to set a Facebook pixel, and it's basically the same process. You use something called template. You get a Facebook pixel template, you configure your pixel ID, you send a custom name, right? This event is custom, not a standard event. I chose to use, I just created LP click, landing page click, and that's all you have to do. And also I specified that, I want this to fire only after the page view is fired, because that if the page view is fired, that means everything is right with the pixel, it initialized correctly, and it's ready to rock and roll. Otherwise, maybe there's something wrong with the pixel. We don't want to fire this LP event. But you're never gonna have that problem, really. The pixels should always fire, unless something crazy happens on Facebook's side, which something you cannot control anyway. And so I have this tag here that basically is sending these custom events, and this is really, really versatile, because even though I don't have access to to this part, I don't have access to this, I can still track the clicks of the offer. Now, of course, some people will complete. Some people will complete the offer, some people will not. So if we put it here, some people will go forward and they will click on the offer, and then some people will actually complete what they need to complete. And some people they will just fall out, right? So they will not do it, and you cannot control that. That's why we have funnels. So some people will just drop off. Maybe they don't want to do it, maybe they're tired, maybe something happened. It's like when you have a store, a lot of people will add to cart, but not everybody will actually buy, because maybe the shipping is high, or whatever. Somebody they got a call or something happened. It could be a multitude of reasons, and that's fine. We cannot make them buy if they drop off, but at least we can optimize for these clickers. We can tell Facebook, hey, I have the targeting set up, I have everything set up, and then Facebook is going to start to learn. It's going to basically start to see, okay, these people are clicking. Maybe it's a certain age range, maybe it's a certain interest, maybe it's something inside the ad set, right? These people are clicking, and then these people aren't. So it's going to go out and find you more of these clickers, right? It's going to find you more of these that are clicking, right? So we have, one guy, he basically he clicks on the ad and he doesn't go all the way down. Then we have another guy, maybe it's another state or another city, or I don't know, something about this guy, and he clicks. So Facebook is going to go and get more of these people, right? It's going to basically get more and more, and it's learning and learning as it's getting more and more. And that's kind of what you want, right? This is the point, right? This is the holy grail. This is the whole purpose. This is what makes Facebook ads so powerful. And I'll probably make some videos about drop shipping later on, because this is an area I know a lot about. But for CPA stuff, this is what you do. You optimize it for the clickers. You create a landing page. You go create a Google Tag Manager account. You create your trigger. Well, first you can create your tag. Then it's going to ask you what the trigger is. You create a trigger. You basically say, hey, it's very simple to configure Google Tag Manager. It's a really, really powerful way to basically create logic inside your pages, your websites, without actually writing code. I mean, it would be just a mess to go out and write all this JavaScript code and all that. And you basically tell Google Tag Manager, hey, when somebody clicks, fire this event, and Facebook knows it, and then you're gonna basically have, you're not gonna see, I mean, yeah, you can specify, if you specify how much each conversion costs for that particular thing and how much you're spending, you're gonna have a ROAS. But the problem with that is that you don't know if they actually bought anything. So that conversion, this click right here, it's not a guarantee that they will purchase. So you cannot say, if MaxBounty is giving you $3, let's say for a conversion here, this is not worth, this is not worth $3 to you. It's going to be worth a lot less to you because, well, half of these people might not click, or 30% people might only buy, or etc. So, but still, there's a value assigned to it. If your purchase is worth you, let's say $3, then maybe this, and maybe half of them are converting, then you can say this is worth $1.50 to you. And then Facebook can actually track. If you tell Facebook how much this conversion event is worth to you, Facebook will actually start calculating something called return on ad spend. Return on ad spend. And you're basically going to have really nice stats like this, where you can actually say, hey, I'm getting 4 to 1, 3 to almost 3 to 1, 2.5 to 1, 2.5 to 1, etc., etc. And then you can keep optimizing, and you're actually going to see what's going on. And this is very common with Shopify stuff, because you're going to see all this like really cool stuff and cool, cool data, and like how much each purchase, each link click is costing you. Because I know, like, if a link click costs me, like, let's say 20 cents, and I need like X amount of people, X amount of clicks to break even, and I can look at the data, I will be, I know that 20 cents is fine, because X amount, 1 out of X amount, X people convert, right? So this is very important, guys. A lot of people don't tell you this, and I've seen a lot of tutorials, and they just tell you the traffic objective. And you always want to optimize for the conversion objective. It's much more important. And even though with CPA you cannot really optimize for the purchase event, you can still optimize for the click to the offer page, because not every guy or girl person will click to the offer, right? Some people will drop off, and we don't want Facebook sending us. So Facebook is going to send us the right people, and so that's kind of what we want. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, leave them below. I will try to help you out. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit like. It really helps out, because more people get to see this video. And also make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be making a lot of videos about, these kinds of topics. I'm going to have a video on Google Tag Manager. A lot of new videos are coming up for MaxBounty CPA. It's going to be a ton of new content coming out. And thank you again so much for watching. Hope you found it useful, and I will talk to you real soon.